we'll try doing the recap of whatever has been taught yesterday with regards to the contract costing, and then move into the questions part of it. So first thing, we need to understand what's a contract price. A contract price is basically going to be what? My cost of the contract plus the profit. Now, as and when the product gets completed, what happens is, for the payments and the profits to be recognized, this cost incurred every year will be divided into two parts. Which are the two parts? What are the two parts that I am going to be dividing my cost into? Certified and an uncertified portion. Let's say my contract price is 2 crores, cost is 1.5 crore. When I say 20% certified, you're going to be taking 20% of what? You're going to be taking 20% of what? When I say 20%, thank you Suresh, we will be taking 20% of the contract price, saying that 40 lakhs worth of contract is done. Correct? Out of the certified and uncertified portion, which is the portion which has a profit element? It is the certified portion which has the profit element. Uncertified portion will always be recorded at what? Uncertified portion will always be recorded at cost. Brilliant. What is retention money? Retention money is basically out of the value certified, whatever payment is made, the balance money held by the Pratham, I would prefer if you can use the everyone for chatting, not private chat, because it gets too much difficulty in reading it. Value of work certified minus the payment will end up giving me the retention money. That is the portion of the money which is held by the contractor for making payment, right? The money which has been held by the contractor before releasing the payment, we call it. Now, see, whenever the project is more than 90% completed, right, we don't find estimated profit. That is, what I want you to understand is, when I say when the project is 90% completed, we see, when I have already spent 90% on the project, can you estimate what will be the 10% of the portion of the money which should be spent for completing the project? Yes. So what happens is, whenever a project is completed around or we use a term closer to completion, that means around 85-90%. Whenever a project is around 90% completed, what we do is, we don't find notional profit, rather we end up finding estimated profit. We don't find what? Notional profit, we end up finding what? Estimated profit. How estimated profit? Because what I will do, I will take the contract price, guys, here I'll take the contract price, and for the cost, anyway I know the 90% of the cost, I will add the estimated 10% cost to it and find the profit. Are you clear? Does it make sense? Now using this concept, I'll be doing this question. See here. They are asking me to find what? Compute the estimated on contract which has been around 90% complete from the following particulars. Total expenditure to date. What does this mean? What does this mean? Total expenditure to date 22,50,000. This is cost of 90%. Estimated cost of completion, right? So that means these two put together will become 100%. Contract prices 32,75,000. Work certified is 2750. Work uncertified, cash received. Now they are asking me to find the estimated profit. Now see here, estimated profit is very simple. I told you I am not trying to see, you need to understand this portion of work certified, uncertified, all of this is going to be helpful only in case of finding notional profit. And yesterday when we were doing this, we were discussing about notional profit. Notional profit is trying to identify profits out of the portion of the work done. Out of the portion of the work done, we try estimating the profits. Are you clear? Right? Here, since 90% is completed, I will be trying to use is an estimated profit, not the notional profit. Are you clear till now? So with this as a base, so see here, my total cost of completion will be 25 lakh, selling it for 32,50,000. Therefore, my estimated profit will become what? 7,50,000. Are you clear? Easy. So estimated profit, remember, it's only when it is closer to completion. Are you clear till now? Now, this is one of a thing very important for your exam. A lot of times students get confused with it. Let's try understanding. This is purely English. It is not costing. Please, you need to understand what is an escalation clause. Is a law portion on the contract. It is not a costing. I will try telling you what is this escalation clause in a layman example. Okay, our Naveen, right, wanted to build Taj Mahal. Okay, this Taj Mahal contract was given to Suresh for 1,500 crores. Suresh did cost of marble, cost of labor, cost of all other expenses. This was coming up to 1,200 crore. Are you clear? Are you guys clear? Now, 1,500 crore was the contract price. 20% of the project was done. 20% of the project was done. So this guy had spent around 240 crores and this guy made a payment of 300 crores. Suddenly what happened? To complete project you require 960 crores, right? To complete the project you still require 960 crores. What happened? The cost of white marble shot up. The cost of the white marble and labor shot up, and to complete 80%, what happened? The contract raw material price became 1,800 crores. To complete another 80%, it became how much? 1,800 crores from 960 crores. But Naveen is going to pay them only 1,200 crores. What do you think Suresh will do? What do you think Suresh will do now? Do you think Suresh will complete the project? Practically look into it. Suresh will say, even if you drag me to the court, he will say, boss, I'm okay with it. Why? Because I am not. See, what is that you are spending right now? What is that you guys are spending? You guys are spending closer to around, even if I go and pay penalty in the court, I would still save some. See, for I just made first 60 crores profit. Now, for 960 crores, that is, I will be getting only 1200 crores. Do you think Suresh will pay 1800 crores, that is 600 crores out of his project, to complete the project? No, right? Even if it goes to court, Suresh will go and get himself surrendered, because it's a useless or practically and not a situation to solve it. Now, in this case, what happened? Whenever a case like this happens, to make sure the contractor is protected, he enters into a clause called as escalation clause. Now, what does the escalation clause generally say? See here, the contractor says, see boss, I agree, let the raw material, labor, everything, if the cost goes up, let's say today it was 100, if it goes up to 110, I am not gonna bother anything, because anyway you have put margin, you had estimated the cost, let it go up, you have taken the risk. Let's say if it goes beyond 110, then I anyway have to get the project completed from somebody, you only complete it, I will take care of that extra money. Did you understand? So that money portion is going to be described in the contract. So whatever portion the money is going to be increasing in, that portion will be defined in the contract, and this clause in the contract is known as an escalation clause. That is, when the prices of the raw materials, labor and other things are increasing substantially, to make sure the contractor is provided, there is a clause which gives a right to the contractor to increase the contract price, subsequent to certain conditions satisfied. This clause is known as escalation clause. Did you understand Suresh and Naveen's example? Now, how does this work? Is it going to be different for different questions? The answer is yes. Why? Because it is all dependent on the terms of the contract, and the terms of the contract keep changing. Are you clear? Now, see here, what does it says? Now let us read it. An escalation clause in a contract empowers a contractor to revise the price of the contract in case of increase of the prices due to some macroeconomic or other agreed reasons. As per this clause, the contractor increases the contract price if the cost of the materials, employees and other expenses increases beyond a certain limit. Inclusion of such clause in the contract is called as escalation clause. Does it make sense? Understood everyone? So in the exam, don't freak out the moment you say escalation clause, because a lot of students start worrying the moment escalation clause is there. Can we go next? Let's try solving the questions now. let's try reading the question. And I told you guys, contract account purely runs like a trading account, and few changes here and there whatever is required I'll be explaining as and when the question goes. The following expenses were incurred in the contract: material purchased 6 lakh, material drawn from the stores. What does that mean? That the factory already had a stores department. From the stores department they gave you the raw materials. Wages, plant issued, chargeable expense, apportioned indirect expense, right? The contract was for 20 lakh, it commenced on 1. The value of the contract completed was 13 lakh, of which 10 lakh 40,000 was received in cash. The balance was held in the retention money. The value of the work to the subsequent to architecture was 60,000. There was also lying site materials 60,000. The estimated value of the plant was 30 lakh. Okay, you are required to calculate the value of the work certified, cost of works not certified, and the notional profit on the contract. Forget all of these things given. We are going to be following a very simple part of it. We will write whatever is given. I will keep the questions like this so that in the bottom when I am writing, you guys can answer it. What is the contract price? Everyone, you take your time, identify what is the contract price. What is the date of contract? First Jan. Then what is the work certified portion? How much money was received? Guys, in the exam you have to write either in lakhs or you have to write everything in zeros. Don't write what I am doing because I am shortage of space right now. That's why I am writing like that. What is the retention money? What is the retention money? 2.6 lakhs. What is the uncertified value? What is uncertified value? 60,000, right? Then let me come to this portion. Specifically, I want you guys to look into it. What does this mean? This 40,000 basically means raw materials which is not been used right now. It will be used in the next year. That means this is my closing stock of raw material. Are you clear? Now what is this 30,000? There are two ways of treating this 30,000. What is the value of plant? 75,000. Closing value is 30,000. That means what? It has got depreciated by 45,000. Are you clear? It has got depreciated by 45,000. Did you understand this? So everything in the question I have identified. Fareen, Mary, you didn't come to class yesterday. Namrat, Narmata, Rakshat, Suvita, Tenzin, are you guys all clear? Okay. What did I say the format is? We are going to be following the format of the trading account. That is all my expenses. Here it will be work certified, work uncertified. Now the only change we will be doing is, guys, here for the depreciation, right? I won't show it as a depreciation. Rather, I will share plant opening value, plant closing value, automatically depreciation gets recorded. Are you clear? So the only change from my regular accounts, what I'll be doing is, I'll have my plant opening account here, plant closing account here. That means the difference automatically debit will be more. Therefore, depreciation gets recorded. Are you clear? Now, again I am saying, we always had, yes, here I told you purchases, direct expenses, overheads. Here it's going to be sales and the closing stock. For me, sales here will be only work certified. Closing stock will have work uncertified, and what? My closing stock of raw materials. So with this as a base, Priyanka, see here, your plant's value is 70, closing stock is of the plant is 30. So therefore what? 75 minus 30 will become 45, right? Priyanka, are you clear? So now see here, materials purchased 6 lakhs, material issued, that means these are my raw materials, wages, plant what did I tell you? I'll write the opening value here, here I'll write the closing value, done. Chargeable expense, so all my expenses are going to come on the debit side. On the credit side, work in progress, work certified, then work uncertified, and the raw materials. The balance will become my profit. Are you guys clear? 8 marks in the exam if you get this right. Easy 8 marks. A lot of students don't do contract costing. I don't know why. Easy, right? If it's easy, we'll go to one step a little difficult question next. Now everyone, this is typically your trading account format itself. So let's try looking into the next question. We'll go a little one step forward in this question because we'll try finding out how much profit should I recognize in this question. Because guys, see, you need to remember this. There is something that is going to be taught in this question, in the next question. But I hope this part is clear with you guys, because I'll be adding every question a new concept. And I want you guys to learn that way, that okay, basic, these are the things. From basic, these are the new adjustments to be done. The moment that comes into picture, what happens is automatically you will end up getting most of the questions right. Or even if not, you will end up getting partial practice questions. So don't worry about it. Everyone read this question. Let's try understanding this. A contractor prepares his account for the year ending 31st December. He commenced a contract on 1st April. The following information relates to the contract: material issued, wages, salary for the foreman. Right? All of these are my expenses. Material, machine costing 2,60,000 has been used for 160 days. It has a working life of estimated 7 years, and a scrap value. That means what? Can I directly find depreciation here? Because I am not using the machine for the entire year, I am using only for what? 146 days. How do you find the depreciation? Cost of the asset 2,60,000 minus scrap value divided by the useful life of the asset, 7 years, correct? Once whatever value you get in, this is going to be for 1 year. I am using only for what? 146 days out of 365 days. So how much does the depreciation amount come up to? 14,000. Everyone's clear with this? Done. Next one, the supervisor is paid 8,000 per month but devoted 1/2 of his time to the contract. So how much of the supervisor's salary will you take? How much of the supervisor's salary will you take? 4,000 rupees for how many months? Correct. 4,000 rupees, that is 8,000 for how many months? For 9 months. Why? Because the starting date of the contract was 1st April. That's why I told you every time write the date of the contract so it becomes more easier. So 9 months. So supervisor's salary will be 36,000. Next one. All other expenses 136,200. So I don't have to worry too much about it. Right? Then material in hand at site costs 35,400. What does this mean? This is my value of the closing stock. Contract price is 20 lakh. On 31st December, 2/3 of the contract was completed. The architect issued certificate covering 50% of the contract price and the contractor had been paid 750 in account. Now this is where I have a problem now. How much contract is completed? Guys, how much contract is 2/3? But how much did he certify? Half. That means, can I say that balance portion which is not certified becomes my uncertified portion? See concept now. 2/3 is what? 66%, 66.66%. Half is what? 50%. He is only certifying 50% of the contract. That means automatically the balance amount becomes what? My uncertified. Does anyone have any doubt in this? Concept a day saves you 6 months. Anyone has a doubt? Please let me know right now. Because this chapter for me is very, very important. Why? No matter what, I can score 8 marks in this question. No matter what, I am saying every exam 8 marks is done. So already I am done with studying 20 marks of my paper. This is another 8 marks, 28 marks. Cost sheet another 8 marks, 36 marks over. So costing, life is easy. 36 marks. So I am assuming that no one has a doubt, so I am going with the contractor. Now let me see this. I want you guys to write in the examination even though they have not asked it. The contract price is 20 lakh, 50% is certified. That means what? Certified portion is 10 lakh, out of which amount paid is 7.5 lakh. That means retention money is how much? 2.5 lakh. They have not asked in the exam, but still I will do it. Are you clear till here? Okay. Now let me try solving the entire thing. I'll come back to what has been written in the answers a little later. Let me do the contract account. Guys, I hope you have the PPT shared. So you can just start telling me the values of it. Material issued 2,51,000. Done. Next one, wages 565,600. Then then correct. Machinery 2,60,000. Depreciation by machinery what was the depreciation amount? 2,60,000 minus correct. Then what else is there? Supervisor's salary, which is 36,000. Then I have administrative expenses. And how much does it come to? Okay. Now guys, I want you guys to understand this a little carefully because this is different in this question. Do I have the by closing stock of materials value? Do I have the closing stock material value? Okay. Now there are two portions left, that is by work in progress. Do I know the value certified? Value certified 10 lakh. Correct. Do I know the values uncertified? Do I know the value uncertified? See the question. Because without knowing value uncertified, I cannot find out my notional profit. Guys, anyone knows how do we find out the value uncertified? Is it given in the question? Guys, did you get value uncertified portion? Not given. So this is the difference in this question. Okay, now how are we going to do it? Okay, now everyone, I want you to understand this. I'll do the sum total of all the cost minus the closing value. I'll do the sum total of all the cost minus the closing value. How much does it come to? Do the total of this minus this. That will tell me what is the amount of cost spent. Okay, so the works cost comes to 10 lakh 49,000, correct? Everyone, are you guys clear? Now they are saying 10 lakh 49,000 is for 2/3 completion. Okay, so what I will do is, if 2/3 of the work takes 10 lakh 49, what will be the cost for completion? What will be the cost for completion? So that will be 10 lakh 49,000 into 3 by 2. How much does it come to? 15 lakh 73,500. Is everyone clear? Right? Now you are certifying only how much? 50% of this. You are certifying 50% of the overall contract price. How much does that come to? 7867. Done? See, I have spent 10 lakh 49,000, right? But 50% of it is only costing me 786 750. That means the remaining extra portion what I have spent, I have, because this 786 750 was certified for 10 lakh rupees. Are you clear? The certification was done only for that 50%, which is 10 lakh. What is the balance value? 262 250 becomes an uncertified portion. Becomes an uncertified portion, and this 10 lakh is my certified portion, and the difference between these two will become my notional profit. Right? So I'll write value uncertified 262 250. Therefore I'll end up getting a profit of Did you all understand this? So if you look into the logic what I had taught you guys earlier, logic is simple. Only the work certified portion gets recognized for their profit. So work certified portion was 76,850, out of which 10 lakh. So if you do the difference, you should be getting a profit of Did you understand? So the new concept what we learned here is, how do we find the work uncertified portion? And couple of simple calculations from the cost sheet chapter itself. Guys, can we go to the next question? Read this question. This is typically a 12-mark question. Guys, done reading with the question? Now, typically in this question, right, there are few things. One, we are doing the accounting for the entire 3 years. That is from the start of the contract till the completion. But the format remains the same. First 2 years is going to be notional profit. Only in the third year it becomes my actual profit. Few things that we need to understand with it is pretty simple. Now, let me just go in one by one. What is the contract price? What's the contract price? 60 lakhs. Now, typically, let me just run through it very easily. can I say all these four things are going to come on my debit side expenses? Right? These two are going to be coming on the credit side. And we also know that the profit gets recognized only on the work certified portion. Yes or no? The next part of the question, plant costing 3 lakh was bought into a contract, depreciation is charged at 25%. So first year opening value of the plant will be 3 lakh, closing value will be 3 lakh minus 25%. How much does it come to? 2 lakh 25,000. Right? Any doubt in this? So if you see the solutions here, material, wages, transportation cost, plant. Here I have my value of material, then work certified, work uncertified portion, and the balance goes to my costing P&L. Any doubt? The moment you are done with it, 4 marks. Easy 4 marks. Done. Let's come to the second year. I have now, there is small change which I want you guys to notice it. In the second year, it's going to be a continuation of this, right? Because it's the same contract which is happening. Yes or no? Guys, and please everyone respond whether you are understanding or not. I am because in a class I can generally make out here, when you keep quiet I don't know whether you are understanding or not, and it feels very awkward when I'm trying to see the screen and can't make out whether you are understanding, yes or no. Now second year there will be a little bit of change from what we have learned till now. Why will there be a change is the first question. The reason there is going to be a change is 2007 what we are talking of. Is it a new year, or is it, or when I am talking of a project or the contract, is it a new contract or is it continuing from the previous contract? It is a continuation, right? And out of which can I say that, see, out of a 45 lakh work certified portion, can I say that the profit or loss of 13 lakh 15,000 is already recognized? Guys, just to understand this again. Last year I have told you again and again, the profit gets recognized only in the certified portion. And so out of this 45 lakh, last year I have already taken 13 lakh 50,000. So only the balance portion ka profit will get recognized this year. Yes or no? Right? Second part of it. This is recorded at what? That uncertified portion. Is at the cost. So that means that uncertified portion will get added to the current year's cost, and finally will end up arriving at the work certified portion for this year, because last year it did not get certified, no boss. Yes or no? Now see where the difference is. Okay, generally what do I write? See, for 6 marks, what small thing you have to, what do I write here? I'll write material, labor, transportation cost, other expenses, plant at 2,25,000. Yes or no? Material will be at 10 lakh 50, 9 lakh 90,000, 75,000. Yes or no? Then On the other side, I will write my plant value at 75% value. That will be, thank you, 168,750. Then what will I write? I will write the work certified portion, which is 45 lakh. Then I'll write the uncertified portion 75,000. Is this what I would have done generally? Guys, I am trying to teach you the difference, so please, yes or no? Now, what is the difference when it's a continuation is, this portion of last year's value, this portion of last year's value will act as the closing stock. So, this year it will become my opening stock. So, here I will write to WIP certified portion 13,50,000 to WIP uncertified portion 15,000. Are you clear? This is just the new addition because it's a continuation, or else everything else remains the same. Are you clear? So, see, opening value of plant, then my work, then all my expenses, here work certified, work uncertified, and the plant inside. So, I will end up getting a notional profit for the year 1038. Now, the third year, again the drama now is now you guys know what has to be done. If I show you this, can you guys now know how to do the third year? What all will come? If I ask you, you will write on the expenses side, material 9 lakh, wages 7.5 lakh, transportation cost 75,000, then other expenses 24,000, then plant value 168,750. On the other side, now it's going to be just the contract value 60 lakh. Correct? Then I will have a plant value which is 126,563, that is 25% of it. Anything else I have missed out in this? Thank you, Farin. I have missed out writing the opening values, and what opening values I will write is this. Why? Because this is already included in this portion. Don't make a mistake of writing both the things, it's only going to be this. Understood? So, see, plant at side, work in progress, materials, wages, transportation cost, other expenses, closing value, then the contractee account, because now we are closing the contract, so it's no longer work in progress, it's a contractee account. Finally, it goes to the costing P&L. This is another 6 marks. Totally, this was a 16 marks question. Was it easy? Super easy. Samina 7, madam, if they say 25% depreciation, that means what? The closing value will be 75%, no? Are you guys clear? Guys, are you all done? So, if you look into the P&L account, first year was a loss, second year profit. Third year is again a loss. So, finally, your estimated profit is 607,563 from the contract. Guys, are you clear? First year you made a loss. If you look into it, the loss is on the credit side. So, in the P&L account it will come on the debit side. Second year it was a profit. Third year it was a loss. So, finally when you club all the three put together, I am making a profit of 6057563. Done. 16 marks. Lot of students have done mistakes. I hope you guys don't do that mistake. So is the contract account easy? Yes, 8 marks. I don't want you guys to lose it. And today I'll be sending you guys the questions. Solve it so that we are sure of that 8 marks of the paper. We are talking of an escalation clause here. Let's try reading this question if you guys are able to understand it. This is a case of an escalation clause, and this is not got to do with costing, it has got to do with English. Okay. Let's try reading across what it is. The contractor has entered into a long-term contract at an agreed price of 17,50,000, subject to an escalation clause of material and wages was spelled out in the contract. So they have given you that the standard quantity, actual quantity, and actual rate. Reckoning the full actual consumption of the material, the company has claimed that the final price of 17,73,600. Give your analysis of the admissible escalation. Okay. Now let's try seeing what are the things that the company should be taking in charge of. And you guys have to use your common sense. Like I told you, there is no format, nothing with regards to it. But the whole idea is to use the contract. How much should you pay? Should you pay him 1733? Now let me first focus on the quantity. What is the standard quantity and the actual quantity? Has this guy spent more or wasted more quantity, or did he do it in actual? More, right? Why would you pay? Guys, listen to it. I told you to use 5,000 kgs. If you use 5,050 kgs, why should I pay you more? Yes or no? Correct, Suresh? So, see here, I am okay for your 5,000 kgs ka price increase or decrease. I see the price. Has the price increased or decreased? Decreased by how much? 2 rupees. That means you saved 10,000 rupees here. Correct? Now see the B part. 3,500, 3,450. Has he done a good job? Has he done a good job? Yes. So yes, you saved me 50 rupees, 50 kgs. Has he spent less? How much less? 1 rupee. Are you going to be taking 1 rupee out of 3,500 or 1 rupee out of 3,450? Is it 1 rupee out of 3,450 or 1 rupee out of 3,500? Why is it 3,500? Boss, you saved it from what I gave you as a standard. That is your efficiency. You claim the benefit, boss. You claim the benefit. Don't bother about me. So I will give 3,500 into 1. That is 3,500. Next one, see here. 2,500, 2,600. Are you going to penalize him? So you will only take what? 2,500. Did the material price increase or decrease? Did the material price increase or decrease? Increase by how much? 6 rupees, right? So this becomes a loss, that is 15,000. So the net increase basically is only 1,500 because two materials prices went down, one material prices went up. Finally, it's only about, are you guys clear? Let's do the same thing with labor. Labor, what is happening? First one, is it increasing or decreasing? Labor? Second one, no increase, no decrease. Third one, so labor also increased by 7,000. So the total price of the contract should increase by what? 8,500. Are you clear? Madam, see here. The first two, the price was a saving for me, that is 13,500. For the second one, 2,500 into 6, 15,000 rupees I spent more. I have spent 15,000. I have saved, see here. Here instead of 50, this guy spent 48. So I saved 2 rupees. 2 rupees for 5,000 kgs, 10,000. Second one, 1 rupee is saved for 3,500, 13,500. Third case, yeah. So total increase was, see now, this is what we are talking of. First one saving 10, saving 13,500. Third one extra cost of 15. So totally on the material side, 5,500. Wages 7,000. Guys, are you clear? Now see here, the price agreed was for what? 1750 plus escalation of 8,500. So the final price agreed will be 1758,500. Are you clear? You know how many marks it is? Now this is basically a statement of comparison. Now what is the statement of comparison is, basically we are just trying to find out the difference between the standard cost and the actual cost. This is basically done by multiplying each of the cost. So you end up getting your standard cost. So basically if you see what we have done, we have just multiplied both and got the cost values. Do both, get the values here. So once that is done, we are trying to find out the increase or the decrease for each of them. Are you all clear?